Talking about cause I ain't got no integrity. I didn't have integrity when I was feeding Joseph Boakai. Your God. Bunch of ungrateful people. Have you heard Joseph Boakai deny that I was raising money left and right to feed him? Have you heard him deny it? He will never deny it because he knows this to be true.
Some of you thought I was never going to criticize Mr. Boakai.
Yeah.
Because I went to counties. I'm not criticizing because I want to criticize. I'm criticizing because we said yesterday, former President Weah Ryan private jet. When the Joseph Boakai brought to power is Ryan private jet from here to go to Rwanda. Yeah. But I will speak because people in Saturday saw me our passing to go on a convoy. Spend my own money to bring him to power because we thought the wrong yesterday were going to be right today. Yeah. I had no regret to vote against former President Weah. But the people that are brought to power will regret why I have to vote for them. They can be for this country is a better place and will be a better place. Yes, sir. Because there's money in the country that we can live for. We don't need money from outside. So, but we don't want to empower people here. We say that our lawmakers. We have become lawbreakers. We have become criminals. We put all the money in the budget for ourselves and leave them out. I want to challenge some of your lawmakers. Some people say they want this senator. They're breaking all the law. The law is really breaking the law, but you want to go up. You know why people want to go out? Because they want to increase the time. They say they're too short. You cannot be a gangster, then you want to run global. You cannot be a lawmaker that then you strike the law that we made ourselves. Then you say you want this senator, then you waste your time. Nobody here can be for the government economy. But when we can be for it's not happening and it will never happen. The only thing they are there for, when last people go there government even say sacrifice people, young know that when you say give me 1% I won't go in court. But they sit down over there in fact their family people because they need work. And now the person that needs work and the person sacrifice person they want there. We employ our family people, but some people are happy because it is a time to be happy. It is nobody time when the country is not better. It is everybody time when the country is better. And we give this as a challenge to all of you people. 2029, we may be on the ballot for the presidency. Where we will come here and say, you people will have to appoint a commissioner for sacrifice. They are educated people. It's not about education. It's about how well you govern your people. They are people that got degrees. They know nothing. The only person with every people that they can achieve nothing from. Our marketeers will come to power. In every country, at least 2 million and break out for marketeers, spending runners, and younger boys to empower themselves. The money is there, but everything is long way back carrying the benefit of because we are close.
Joseph Boakai to forget about Yaka Koluba.
What did Paladino Yaka Koluba?
He betrayed Yaka Koluba. Someone Yaka Koluba crossing you. You are not on the thing that you talk. You forsake yourself when Yaka Koluba crossing you. Whether Yaka Koluba crossing Korea, you want to know what laughing and say Yaka Koluba. So to them, and you say you say about Yaka Koluba for that, and I'm going to run for Yaka Koluba there. You know when I move to Dualanda, you move to all the way to go just to take the ball from Yaka Koluba.
You laugh here, you go for Yaka.
Yes.
Because
Yaka Koluba and the one that is talking to us. So you are telling to this Yaka Koluba because a battle by
Yaka can be talking to the president. It's not a good thing.
Yes. They're happy. Saying that you are not happy to you. When you are not going to betray Yaka Koluba or betray the great people in life today, Yaka Koluba are not going to cross you. You understand? You understand? Yaka Koluba. You go look for Yaka Koluba there. It's not going to lie.
You go for Yaka?
Yes, yes, yes. They don't just respect Yaka Koluba for that. We don't want to respect Yaka Koluba for that. We don't want you. They see that young people for that Yaka Koluba. They don't forget Yaka Koluba. They let people power people again. Joseph Boakai, the way you not do, tell the country they corrupt. You say you're going to get corruption. People die every day.
You said the president government is the most corrupt government. Okay. Coming to anything you want to say for now before we leave you. Thank you so much.
I heard you last night. Yeah, go indeed to move to far. Absolutely.
Prince Jeremiah, my dear son, if he wishes to run for president, it is his right to run for president. But to hide behind him, he and his warlord, his mass murdering, lunatical, deranged, unstable warlord, we're not going to give the country to a war of in this country. Ellen used him to come to power. Just we are used him to. But neither Ellen nor William brought Prince Johnson this close as you, Joe Walker, have brought him.
The freedom fighter you raping our people. The freedom fighter you killing our
I will show you as well.
freedom fighter you destroy our country. Ayo, 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 ayo. When they were
Oh, yes, indeed.
liberator, when they were coming, they said they were liberator.
Oh, yes. What a great day.
They change their mind.
Indeed, a wonderful opportunity it feels
They change their mind.
to be back behind these microphones, to engage on the issues that matter to Liberia's growth and development.
Fighter you raping,
Where are the freedom fighters?
the freedom fighter you killing,
And where are the rescuers?
freedom fighter you destroy our country.
Countries, the people are drowning.
Ayo, ayo, ayo,
People are dying from hunger. Just imagine.
ayo, ayo.
People are falling off and dying for hunger in Liberia.
Ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo,
When it came their time,
ayo.
they changed their mind, flying private jets,
Music. Aha.
riding bulletproof, armor-plated, customized, $1.2 million vehicle. When it came the time, First Lady has turned her back on all the women in the country, and she's more focused on putting face beat
Don't you way on.
and missing colors of
Imagine you were our
big wawa yellows,
one hour
passing all around.
was your
When it came the time,
1 hour cool and gone. Was your baby.
Tantan Boakai is going for birthday party on the sea with Caribbean girls. Oh, the freedom fighters. Oh, the rescuers. When it came their time, they're building mansions in Foya. Oh, when it came their time, They're flying private jet to go to Lofa.
Ayo, ayo, ayo. Oh, ayo, yo, ayo, ayo. Ayo, 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 ayo.
When it came the time, the country is upside down. Good morning, Liberia. Good morning, just wherever you are this morning on our voice. This is the People's Radio, Freedom 87.9, beaming live from the center of the city, right here on Kerry and Clay intersection. This is exactly where we discuss the issues that matter to Liberia's growth and development without fear nor favor. We speak truth to power. Let's stand with the common people of Liberia. Good morning, Banga. Good morning, Margibi. Zoeju. Harper. Topmanberg. Buchanan. Just wherever you are this morning on our voice, pleasant we would like to welcome you to Liberia's most informative breakfast platform, the premier hub of radio consciousness, the Freedom Money Rise. And yes, indeed, there are too many things to talk about, lots of things happening in Liberia. As always, so this morning, we're going to take time.
They say they were freedom fighters. When they were coming,
Earlier on, we have said we had come here to say that, of course, owing to the nature of Representative Yeke Koluba's conversations, the vulgar nature of his conversation, the vocal, and of course, sometimes unrefined nature of his debates. We were not going to entertain his comments on our shows, but it seems he has kind of refined and has understood that you can be critical without being the way he used to be. So this morning we were joined Honorable Yeke Koluba in his assessment of roads infrastructure along the western corridor of Liberia. I remember now the government has been bragging all over the place that they've been building roads, and all of that. So it is a good thing that a critical lawmaker decided to move in. And so we spent time with Yeke this morning assessing the roads in Gbapolu County. Remember, the people of Gbapolu voted overwhelmingly for the United Party and Mr. Boakai. What attention have they received? What service? Was it the water kiosk that worked only for 1 week? They want Mo Ali and other Safun, thousands and thousands of taxpayers' money, and lied that they did the project for 250,000. That 1 week water kiosk. Is that all Gbapolu have got to show? Remember, the past government constructed 100-bedroom modern hospital facility. Yes, still they said they wanted rescue. But today, look at the real road. Look at the roads. I was seeing the other video. Bella Yala cut off. Oh my God. When it came their time. So the people of Cape Man, bombing, Gbapolu. This morning we're having conversation about your region. Yesterday we told you that we were going to leave from here to attend a press conference called by the MDMC company headed by Mr. John Ubodi of Granjida County, who was among those the asset recovery people run up and of course incarcerated sometime last week. So he spoke. The volume of the That statement is so huge. It's going to take time to dissect all of it. But yes, it's important. I will skim through and bring you up to speed with some of what was contained in the conversation from the MDMC CEO and General Manager, Honorable John Ubote. Why is Bwaka interested in humiliating his fellow successful Liberian? Is it that because Bwaka failed himself, accept that Liberian sorry for him and made him president? So other Liberians that defied the odds and became successful in Liberia, Bwaka going after them. Well, what kind of country is this? Well, what kind of people are these? And then to close up this morning, we go to Foya. What have we heard? What do we know? We're hearing that the Turkish are behind the mysterious Fola Villa. And the presidency has been lying to the Liberian people that they do not know anything about the Foya Villa. But folks, this is the nature of the kind of people that you entrusted with power. The shipping size of the conversation this morning on the nation's premier breakfast platform, the Freedom Morning Rise on Freedom 87.9. My name is Abu Sharif, and of course, very shortly, Higa will join us, and together we drive you straight up to 10 o'clock this morning. Oh, yes, indeed. So let's bring this one down quickly to go through some of what we've got here this morning for you. But just before we do that, let's recognize some of our followers following us via the our Facebook feed, right? And bring you some of the comments and contributions so far this morning on the show. This is from Roland Sua. Roland Sua says, I'm Roland Sua watching from Johnsonville, Kanga Town community. And this is Chris Tukpa. I'm Chris Tukpa following from my VR community resident, Banga City, Bon County. And so thanks a lot. Honorable J.D. Williams is also watching, following from Johnsonville. You have Jeremy Dwyer is also watching. James B. Zofle watching from Logantown, Bourgeois Island, Kingstown. Wow, Logantown, Kingstown. So thanks a lot. And so this is Gater Harris Gater watching from Visual Media Incorporated office in Dole community. Oh, thanks a lot, Gater. This is Venetia Junior Bar, the Nikutan man. And then you have Mailu F. Fofana is following from 20th Creek. As always, you have Morris Corley. Morris is joining us from way there in Mount Barclay, Botneke Road. Why you gonna name the place, but you gotta change that name. You be taking some people name and put on community. You go look at your whole community. A notorious killer. So what is dignifying about Botneke that you had to name the community Botneke? But I don't know the community Botneke. That is stigmatizing. I mean, the history. Other countries don't do that. That celebrated people, they can pull, dignify people. What want the generations after, when you say, oh, Botneke, then they say, oh, who was Botneke? Then you start to narrate the story. They say, oh, Botneke. The man, then they try to go to YouTube. They go see the man taking BBL stomach, cutting it, and all these things. I mean, it's terrible. You got to change that name, man. You got to find a way to change that name. And so, Mohammed B. Fode, you have Azaya Guer. Azaya Guer is following from GSA Road, opposite Double Do. And then you have Joseph D. Yema. Joseph is following from where? From somewhere around, right? Okay, he said, thanks so much for what you do for our country. And you have Mohammed B. Fode. Mohammed B. Fode is following from Grand Cayman County, as usual, of course, and obviously expected. You have Stanley A. Anderson Following from down Waterside, Stanley House is the market. Samuel Hine Jr. Good morning, family. Watching live from Wheeler, Mangibi County. And you have Henry T. Toh Jr. Good morning, my Freedom FM family. I am following you up from my residence in Cartwell. Thanks for the great information to our country, Liberia. Amar Jala Kamara from Wither in Brussels, the European capital. Amar, thanks a lot for always joining. You have Alexander O. Sega. Alexander Sega joins as well. Too many people. Mick Freeman. You have Bruni Jula Sakor Jackson. And you have Stephen Yakade. Stephen Yakade is also following from where district number 2, Lower Mangibi County, right? Cotton Tree area there. So you have Moses Gbese. Moses is joining. Thanks. Moses is joining from way in Grand Bassa County, my man. Compound. One of the compound number 1. You gotta get compound number 1, number 2. Yeah, so that one of the compound is joining from Clarence Obechi Dore. Is also following Limo Chairman Bon Peking. You have plenty of Andrew T. Nangbe. You have Prince Tode Jada. You have Lukman Kumar, Jerry D. Cole, Masale Muhammad, Makra. Makra is our man from Nimba, Ganta City. Yeah, Mark, I think I got some on a trip with Ganta anytime soon. I will endeavor to meet Mark just in case. If you hold, because the thing is still hanging. Yeah. So you have Azariah Goyer, you have Maurice Como, you have Joseph Seaton, Jonah Dole, Sekou Dukle. Sekou Dukle, they want a different Sekou Dukle, they're not the put Sekou Dukle. What you're gonna say? Different Sekou Dukle. But no matter how many they can follow the show, they can wait feeling and they go watch. Or be dirty and they won't follow live, they can wait. So Mahawa's son is also following Charles Weir, and then you have Prince D. Weir as well. So keep dropping your comment. You already have the menu, and so give us your reaction to any of the talking points, whether it's the assessment that we intend to do with the rules in Bapolu County, to be specific, that we'll be following up with Yeke Koluba. The entire weekend he has been there, and we believe what he's displaying there require additional, or it needs to be amplified. And of course, the role of the media is to do that, because the people that are suffering the scourges of these deplorable rules and all of that are the common people. Imagine I saw a place so terrible. So you can imagine a pregnant woman having to walk that road. She might just likely lose her pregnancy, or something will happen. It's so very terrible. And you have a government sitting here, and the president is flying every other day, private jet, and he's bringing the biggest private jet that this country has ever witnessed. Any president, right? The manpower of private jet can be so very big, because you know what? The size of his delegation, right? The least the president will always most likely travel with is 30 to 40 people. The least, right? Do you know how much the president spent on each of these trips? When you pull Bwaka travel budget, you pull it together, it can face sufficient rules in this country. Those private jets that he been hiring for all the periods, right? Over 25 different useless trips, fruitless trip. And then when you go ask, then that cooler woman go say the president will bring money in bed. Somebody else will post line or more. You can look at it, say president will pull money in bed. You know, when you get rule training, you're talking, you get behind your hand, you pull it whistle it, you shut up more. But anyway, we'll leave it. We'll wait for family meeting, we'll meet there. They can discipline the children, right? Y'all gotta return the whole thing to the family meeting. When the children are working at the family meeting, and flog them. So that is that. Today is Tuesday. Unfortunately, the cash giveaway still remains down, but yes, we are good, right? So this morning we like to begin the conversation with a look at what happened with some of our permanent citizens that were arrested by Mr. Clark Mountain on grounds that they are in possession. I mean, because the understanding of the asset recovery is to go after dubious, hidden, uh, monies or whatever obtained through. It has to be hidden, right? So that's what asset recovery goes to uncover and then bring it out. And like normally when you steal something, you go hide it, right? Yeah. So when it's in, so you use asset recovery now, they go behind the scene, they grab these things and bring them out. So unfortunately, asset recovery has gone beyond that and going after legit contracts, right? They're going for contracts. They're opening. They say, oh, okay, doing this SYZ minister town, I want to give you the contract and our town, so we bring the contract simply because the government of Liberia owes the company after the company, according to the CEO, had completed about 100% of the work and still remains engaged with the ministry in showing that she carry out continual maintenance until whatever warranty period elapsed and all of that. Then the ministry maintenance department can take over. And I'm told in some instances the warranty has elapsed, but they still continue to do it just to indicate, because most times we hear that Liberian companies are not responsible and all of that. So they're trying to send out a whole different picture that you are prioritizing these Lebanese and other foreign companies over your Liberian company, with this cliche about, oh, Liberian companies can do a good job, they can blah, blah, blah. So we're saying no, going beyond that. So against that backdrop, the government does not want to pay the over $500,000 she owes as a government of Liberia and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So this minister has been very uncooperative, has been very, very unprofessional in dealing and having conversation with a partner bounded by contract, legal contract, and all of that. So Higa has already opened the slides, so you can go to the that's the press release, right? Yeah, so you can read that. Let's read the press release, and then we'll go subsequently into other details, right, of the statement for you to grab and understand exactly the genesis and the background of everything that transpired. Because when that Friday incident happened, a lot of people were just there. You take people who have lived their life with no criminal record. You just get one old man who are begging around in main president in power and just start embarrassing every other person. And then when you talk about it, they say, oh, there's that, right? Who is a black guy? Who are you begging for LEC meter bill, right? Go for me. So other Liberians did not live their life like you. They became successful, right? And then you want to come and impugn their reputation. It's terrible. And you're using Clark Mountain. You know what? That for some obvious reason, we're not prepared to go into Clark Onse closet. But maybe at some point we'll delve inside. So here we read and then we keep following. So what happened? So basically, what happened is the entire thing that MDMC has come up with. This is their position. This is the statement. So maybe Gracious Ra is preparing herself to. I'm told they are doing some real background. They want to establish some facts. First of all, Gracious Ra want to make sure by what means the asset recovery obtain its entity's bank statement. If it was subpoenaed by the court, then good. But if it was not subpoenaed by the court, then that means it was done clandestinely. They will go to court. They will charge them for that.
Which is going to be
against the bank. Against the bank. So the bank, so whoever in the bank that released Gracious Rod and a bank statement without their approval, and so Gracious Rod is seeking to know whether that was done through a court subpoena. These are the most appropriate, because you can't be applying the law and then you're using gangster approach. But when that time comes, we'll go into the details of that to help our people understand these things and unpack the facts around them.
So let me finally officially say good morning to Liberians following the Freedom Morning Rise right here.
So you want to tell people what you're doing?
It's good to be back here. Yeah, so I was behind the scene doing all of these documents, work and things, so that you know that when we sit here and we try to share things on the screen, these things are things that can be confidentially sent to us, and sometimes we seek permission to be able to disclose it to you, the public, because we don't want to sit here and be reading from our phone. Then you feel like, oh, that makeup thing we are reading.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I was there doing. I got too many things I was comparing, including Representative Koluba's visit to Bapolu County and his assessment of the road from Todmanberg to Bopolu and onward to Bele Fasama, Bele Yala, and all of those places. So we will disclose them to you this morning, so you follow. So let me say good morning to all of you. It's good being back here. So like Abu said, we want to start off first with the how you call it, the John Uboti case. So if you are following on the screen, you see, let me try to make it a little bit bigger. So for those of you, yes, I'm going to do whatever I can to just get it.
Yeah, so you follow along.
Yes,
so before you begin, you commence your reading, I know a lot of you were expecting that we were going to go for conversations about the final minister and all those things you're saying. No, we're not
in that case.
Yeah, that way. Hey, Gafon, we don't want to get Gafon medicine, get people. So when he talk, in order to deal with the man, you got to take time and digest everything and get all your facts and prepare them so that it not be knee-jerk. So we're taking our time. Because when we come here, we'll tell you, yes, say Gafon lie, we'll prove it. Like he lied, and you will be convinced that he has lied. Go ahead.
So if you are following, I'm making it bigger so you see this. Yes. I could not do this, but let me go through this. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, the MDMC management condemns in the strongest terms the unprovoked and reckless armed raid or attack orchestrated by the Assets Recovery Task Force and carried out by elements believed to be from the Liberia National Police in the early hours of Friday, November 7, 2025, at the home of its chief executive officer or general manager, Mr. John S. Uboti, which resulted in his illegal arrest and subsequent incarceration at the Monrovia Central Prison or the South Beach. Such a plain and well-executed armed attack against Mr. Uboti from operatives of the Asset Recovery Task Force scares away potential investors, because this is not the way corporate entities around the world or the world over are treated, especially when it has active valid contract. MDMC wishes to clarify that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and MDMC entered into two separate civil works or work contracts on May 5 and September 12, 2023, requiring MDMC to undertake renovation of the ministry's sixth floor with the installation of 3 new elevators. Also, the 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, first floor, respectively. Along with its basement, passport section over 2 years ago, with the total estimated cost of UX $1,949,999.72. The said project was fully funded by the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, it can be recalled that the civil works were implemented in 3 separate phases as follows. First segment cover 5th, 4th, and ground floor for the cost $779,999.88, constituting 40% of the contract price. Second segment cover $682,499.90, constituting 35% of the total contract cost. The third segment covered the basement, passport section, and pavement works at the cost of $194,999.99, constituting 15% of the total contract price. The total renovation works completed is 100%, including 6 months of deferred and liability period.
Defect.
Which is,
so that means they have completed the renovation contract that they have 100%.
Yeah.
And that 100% including the 6-month defect warranty that they give. Like we'll give it additional 6 months for any problem that come, and you got to come back and come straighten that defect and all of that.
So I come here, you're giving chance. I have to do something here just quickly. Okay. 6 months of defect and liability period, which expired over a year ago. The 3 elevators warranty ends January 31, 2026. Several communications written to Ministry of Foreign Affairs Administration for official general assessment or inspections and turnover protocol of the renovation were not responded to since the last 15 months. See attachments. To date, ladies and gentlemen of the press, MDMC has successfully implemented the civil works in strict compliance with the defined segments as enshrined in the contractual agreement with its bill of quantity or BOQ, and change other or extra works that were added by the ministry outside of the original BOQ at the cost of US $526,870.24. MDMC had completed the civil works even after an addendum to the contract's duration was created. Yet, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs had reneged on its side of the sheer obligation to make payment of the balance contract money that MDMC has already performed in the sum of UX $526,870.24 as extra cost of civil works ordered by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, excluding the defect and liability money which should mature for payment in January of 2026 when the 3 elevators operations and maintenance will be turned over to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs after 2 years of their installation. MDMC has written many communications to the ministry requesting the training of its personnel to manage the elevators after the expiration of the warranty, since 2 years have fallen on deaf ears, and MDMC's involvement ends January 31, 2026 in managing the elevators. In all of these, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs just never cooperated with us since almost 2 years, so as to create a drama like this from a very simple contractor and client or client issue. The contract called for arbitration in settling dispute like this, if any. MDMC states, ladies and gentlemen of the press, that during the period of delays by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to complete payment of the contract fees after MDMC requested for final payment, subsequently, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs elected to solicit legal opinion from the Ministry of Justice when Ministry of Foreign Affairs reportedly said it was troubled that the original contract was improperly varied by change order performed by the former Deputy Minister for Administration, Mrs. Comfort Sale Soil, in the previous administration, which legal opinion was requested by the current Minister of Foreign Affairs, Mrs. Sarah Beslow Yanti, from the Ministry of Justice, Honorable Councilor N. Oswald Tue, who responded and transmitted same to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs on December 24, 2024.
Okay.
See copy of Minister of Justice letter attached. Blah, blah, blah.
Okay. Tell who already. I think that first component, and before we come to the Minister of Justice letter, right? So now, there are few facts, contained within that first portion or preliminary portion of the MDMC's response. And then we'll have to put that against some of what that was stated in the asset recovery press conference by its chairman. So in the MDMC case, the asset recovery chairman spoke briefly about the MDMC and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs indictment. He says, on September 12, 2023, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, then represented by its acting minister, Tema Duncan Sawyer, entered into a civil work contract with Mr. John S. Uboti of MDMC Express Incorporated. The contract was for the renovation of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs building and was scheduled to last for 3 months. Get it? Mm-hmm. But when you read in there, right, you will know that this information is factually incorrect, because the asset recovery team says the contract was scheduled for September 12 to December 31, 2023. So when you go up, Hagar, MDMC says around March or May, right? The
extra work?
No, not the escrow work. The actual renovation work when it commenced, right? And then
September 12th.
September 12th.
Yeah, May 5 and September 12th.
That was it. You say MDMC wishes to clarify that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and MDMC entered into 2 separate civil work contracts on May 5. Okay, so the original contract for the entire renovation was May 5. And September 12 that Clyde Mountain was talking about is the second contract that was entered for extension, right? That saw the addition of the parking lot, right? Ministry of Foreign Affairs had no parking lot. So the question is, where is Clyde Mountain getting his information from that he's resting on solely to deceive the Liberian people and misrepresents the fact to achieve an ulterior political motive of embarrassing the reputation of reputable companies and, of course, individuals in our society? This is unacceptable. So now, the investigation found, according to ARET, or Asset Recovery, the investigation found that the ministry made full payment of $1,949,999 United States dollars and 72 cents to MDMC, representing 100%. So when you come to the contract duration, they may go to the second contract. He used the timing for the second contract, but then when it comes to the payment, he uses the first phase contract payment. The volume of payment for the first phase, which was the entire renovation of first floor, second floor, blah, 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 the elevator, everything, right? So he take that money and use it for the 3-month extension contract, which is the car parking thing. So you see the deliberate attempt, right, to conceal the fact and mislead the public to achieving the ulterior political motive of Clyde Martin. Particularly, he's being used as a stooge, actually. The main players are there. So that is clear. Then you go down further, say to MDMC representing 100% of the contract value. When you read the MDMC statement, you see admittance to this fact, right? During the investigation, an appraisal was carried out. According to asset recovery, an appraisal was carried out during their clandestine investigation, right? By, according to him, an independent architectural firm, which he did not name, right? Findings reveal, according to Clyde Martin, that no certificate of completion was ever issued. There are two, deliberate contradictions or misconceptions continue in this portion of Clyde Martin's conversation, Councilor Clyde Martin conversation. Let me say that. One is anybody, for example, if you're subjected to an inquiry, because first of all, the contract allows for arbitration. Mm-hmm. The contract that's entered into, there's room for arbitration under the contract. If there is any. Where when either party, right, notice breach, right, they set up a committee to intervene or address that concern, which was not the case. Agreed. So assuming the ministry wanted to do it differently to achieve whatever ulterior political motive that there was, right, they decided to use this asset recovery guy. So the guy wants to assess and appraise the renovation process done by Hagar's company. But he notified Hagar's not. Hagar is unaware. He consults not the details of the contract terms and what Hagar company is supposed to do and not do, right? So he hires some kind of fly by neck. It's a construction firm or architectural firm that is not even registered because he himself is afraid to mention the name. Because when he mentioned the name, people will start to research and know whether this thing that real firm. So he is afraid to mention. So we challenge him to mention the name of the firm. And then we question the firm, how do you conduct such, an appraisal? You don't know what the man was tasked to do, how the man supposed to do it, everything. You just go see the building, say, my man can't appraise the building and tell me the work he got, the whether is complete or not. So the man goes there and uses his own standard, not the standard of the contract, and come and tell you, say, our appraisal of this renovation is 40%. And that's how Clyde Martin went and say that 40% of the contract. Are you a party? The Ministry of Foreign Affairs has all of the details and documentations, right? The elevators and everything, they're there. The air conditions, they're all there. Before these things, have you done an assessment or appraisal of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs before and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs after the renovation? So you know clearly that there is witch hunt around these conversations. The next point, quickly, the next point in this is where he talked about the independent firm, which finds reveal that no certificate of completion. Right? How do you obtain a certificate of completion if the contractor or the one hiring the service of your company has deliberately and willfully and intentionally refused, right, to meet you to honor the legitimacy of your contract, to have responsible conversation about the contract with you. Dossier of letters and communications have been forwarded to the minister's office to the point where even the Ministry of Justice communication, the Ministry of Justice investigative finding report that was submitted to the Minister of Foreign Affairs office, she was so embarrassed and did not want it. She kept it for months before sending it down to the deputy to act, which they did not do. It tells you how she has something under her sleeves when it comes to the MDMC and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs civil work contract. So who is supposed to give you the certificate of completion? The Ministry of Foreign Affairs, right? But the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has refused to live up to every part of the contract, the new leadership, simply because they have an ulterior motive to paint negative on something that does not have anything. So they're finding error. They went to the Ministry of Justice. The Ministry of Justice did all her evaluation and said this thing was fully executed.
Let's get to the Ministry of Justice or the Justice Minister's recommendation.
Because the point is there where she has refused for over how many months to even to submit or send list of staffs from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs that MDMC is supposed to train and turn over. So the MDMC, advised by her lawyers, have decided and included in a communication to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, right? Avail herself for dedication up to the date set stipulated in the contract. The contract or the building will be deemed dedicated. And they will be done. Because what can you do when the person refusing to come? So you just have to follow and whatever. So the lawyers advise, and that's what they're following.
So this was the Justice Minister's recommendation to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs after they have gone ahead requesting the Justice Minister's intervention or legal advice on how to proceed or what to do with this MDMC outstanding payment. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, after a diligent perusal of all related contract documents and assessment, the Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Republic of Liberia recommended two approaches to the Minister of Foreign Affairs, with one being to proceed to pay MDMC the outstanding US $487,499.94, which, according to the Minister of Justice, was provided for under the mutual executed contract and was paid. And the second approach requested the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to constitute a team of experts from the Ministry of Public Works, General Service Agency, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, MDMC, and any other institution deemed relevant to review the original BOQ and the verified change order.
Just hold it right there. The verified change order is the one that along the line they decide, okay, we now have parking lot, we won't put parking lot, right? We now have AC in these other offices, we won't put AC there, right? These are the change order. So you see what the Ministry of Justice said? And the Ministry of Justice said, to be able to appraise, you should set up this committee involving all of these people, plus your so-called architectural company, along with MDMC, right? To do a comprehensive appraisal, right? And these are going to be entities. We're talking about the Ministry of Public Works. So why didn't the asset recovery or the Ministry of Foreign Affairs advise the asset recovery, since she was not convinced entirely to implement what the Ministry of Justice had instructed, right? You could have most likely said, okay, let's invite the Ministry of Public Works plus all of the other parties, asset recovery, and you have your own quote-unquote architectural company that nobody know the name, right? Okay, bring them, right? Then they can join the team. But that ghost, they don't exist, right? It's all from the blue. So if they're not, reveal their names. Show us who they are. They are a reputable, responsible, professional firm. So why should they be hiding if they're doing a clean job? Right? This was what the Ministry of Justice advised. So, folks, this country, the way is proceeding is dangerous. It's terrible. And that's what we are trying to bring home to all of you. You have to be worried about a country because these things don't make sense when people look at the black and white and decide to willfully, right, alter these things to meet their political taste. Is unacceptable. Because, mind you now, these moments are going to be over. The precedent is dangerous. If you begin going after people in this clandestine form and manner, and these records are there, right? Those Liberian companies, and of course, a lot of them are kissy. They are getting small roles, contracts, and they are not even performing on it, but they're collecting the money. The ones who renovated the Internal Affairs Ministry, and part of the money that was allotted was used to renovate the ministerial house and all of these things, right? People will start going after these companies as well. The ones that Gafon gave the Ministry of Finance contractor and all of these things. You think you did? Look at the one Gafon and others gave the Ministry of Finance contractor. There were reports about even doctoring a communication from the U.S. Embassy. Imagine the height of fraud involved with that. The government is not talking about these things. They've buried all of those, right? But you come and try to thwart and paint a legit contract to go after people who have lived responsibly and honorably. And Mr. Bwaka, who since he came from wherever he's come from, he's unable to leave his bedroom, and he's there, right? And giving instruction for people to be doing this thing to fellow Liberians. He's just one man. Whoever beyond these are setting very dangerous precedent. So let's go back to the asset recovery and what Clamartin said about these. So you see the contradiction, right, Hagar?
Mm-hmm.
The Attorney General advised, said this is the most appropriate way to do it, right? But Clamartin, an executive order chairman say the Attorney General, he know law. He's smart. He is smarter than him. You won't grab your political opponent, but then you can't say you must go use all the due diligence procedure. No. I guess someone that actually tells us will go. Man, you go buy around and can't get 40%. You say, we just talk. People not asking for details. Ask the question, put it on record. Just ask the question to put it on record. They don't have to have it, they don't have to reveal it, but just ask to put it on record. Right? How somebody go tell you about company they hire to do the thing, then give you name of the company, blah blah blah, nothing, no detail. You just sit down there, your pass, all of your king, or they won't arrest Fina Bono that the news. It's a serious problem in this country. Now, the Asset Recovery and Property Retrieval Task Force is calling on the government of Liberia to immediately disengage from all existing and pending contractual arrangements with the MDMC company, which has been formally indicted for theft of property and criminal facilitation.
So Abu, I think this is the meat of what they wanted.
The hidden agenda.
Yes. So the reason you see all of these things are happening is the government of Liberia, through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, is supposed to pay 489,000 plus to MDMC.
Correct.
That they owe MDMC the work that MDMC have done. Now that they don't want to pay, apparently that money have come in and they've siphoned some kind of way. They don't have it at this point. So in order to play some tricks, this is where they are heading to.
Mm-hmm.
What you hear them say over there? Cancel all contracts.
So
that's their interest.
So you're not paying the money.
You're not paying them. Don't even have conversation about paying MDMC.
So just
So that whole thing, that case will just be just like that. But like I said to the public,
and a lawyer advising this kind of will. Imagine if the government of Liberia is taking advice from people like Clark Edward Martin.
So I said this yesterday, Abu. This entire thing about the asset recovery team, let's be frank, I'm sure the councillor don't know the TOR for the TOR. He don't understand what the terms in reference of the asset recovery team is like, because he cannot be performing or overperforming, but yet he's underperforming. So what he's doing here is he's overstepping his bound. Firstly, in this case, like it was said in this release, there is a room for arbitration. That is, in case the two parties, one of the two parties got issue, you set up arbitration team, and then they investigate and know how they are able to resolve it. That hasn't happened. Now, secondly, if the Ministry of Foreign Affairs got issue with how MDMC has been running or have been handling this contract, the ministry says they don't want to set up this panel. They reserve the right to run to court and not the asset recovery team. You see that? So what's the issue about this asset recovery team coming? You know, like Abu said, the asset recovery team is basically about when you see the Party X store while working in government, you go after what they stole, you prove it legally that this was a stealing money, you bring it out. But even let's go to this point, Abu. Even if it was default in contract, it's not the right of the asset recovery team to go after default in contract.
Clearly, that the Ministry of Justice.
So who is really
the Ministry of Justice who
providing legal advice to these
the Ministry of Justice, when they wrote their opinion and sent it, the poor condemned it to go for asset recovery.
The Ministry of Justice recommended two approaches that you could use. One is you must pay the man 489,000 plus that you owe him. And secondly, you set up a team including all relevant institutions to this matter. You set up a team and you decide on the way for what next you can do, how you can do it. So that the Ministry of that the asset recovery team responsibility now to start going when you're not saying, they gave you contract, you probably you did the work, you didn't take it or you did not do the work, that the Ministry of that the asset recovery work now to start going after people. Do we have two justice ministry in this country now? One is the asset recovery team and the other one is the Ministry of Justice that we know. Why people who claim to know are behaving like nothing? Because some of us who have not even had the opportunity to even sit for a law school entrance, we are even more knowledgeable to legal things as compared to these reckless nonsense things they're doing around here.
Correct.
Because it will not. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to understand these lay points. What is the work of the asset recovery team in this? Asset recovery team is just say, George, you have built condominiums, you build houses in this country. You all go and prove that what the houses that George you have built, you stole the money. You all go and prove it. You seize the house. Is that about going after legal contracts?
Then the thing that's even more troubling and gives more reason why, if the president really means well, he will apologize to MDMC and as of today dissolve this asset recovery or dismiss.
I'm one person who will encourage the MDMC to run to court.
They have already said that if you go down further,
sue the government of Liberia for damage. Sue them.
No, but his apology will not negate the fact that these people have to seek, a legal redress. They've said that. He was asked, the CEO was asked in a press conference, and he said he's not going to allow sleeping door law. Right? He's going to go after this because as a man in this country who's lived for 70 years, there is not a day in his life that he has ever visited a prison facility. This is the first time, and to be done on dubious charges, under dubious circumstances.
Toting police officer to the mayor house.
Embarrassment. A reputable Liberian entrepreneur in other countries, you celebrate these people, right? You don't have any basis. The thing is clear. Your Attorney General, the Ministry of Justice, investigated and revealed the facts to you. But you went ahead because you have ulterior motive. You use the flabbernet lawyer in the horse. You say, go do the thing that you know how to do it. And this is absolutely ludicrous, right? Because here's the thing. The father Clark goes ahead to instruct, I don't know what authority he has, to instruct that the government of Liberia should cancel and discontinue every other contractual agreement, including even the Bourgeois Island Road, the bridge-to-bridge project, which I know the MDMC has sufficiently mobilized, right, to commence the project as of this dry season at a full scale, right? So you are saying the Ministry of Public Works, right? At this, I mean, it's not even making sense. These are contracts that the Attorney General's signature on, Finance Minister's signature on, the Public Works Ministry signature on, and all of those people. So one Clamantin yesterday somewhere, right, struggling to account for the over $2 million that he has received in budgetary allotment. And say, oh,
you listen to the man.
So the man is even more powerful than
the minister. You listen to the man when he said the 2026 budget is not complete. So all these things they men doing that showmanship so that
I think they had to go somewhere where they say they post something on the minister find out for him.
He said the budget is not complete. I'll look for that audio or
he was on I think OKFM yesterday morning. So, but folks, just to help you understand what is this. So with that, and then you just do a retrospect on Friday. The scene that was created, was it justified? Right? The arrests that were made, was it justified? Is this how we want our country to be governed? That people will just wake up one morning and because XYZ is associated or affiliated with a particular regime or a particular political organization, and you say, I'm toting people to surround the person whom under the cloud of darkness around 1 a.m. to 2 a.m. beseech the man whom for hours only to go find out that you have absolutely no ground. You just get one man who stands accused by his colleagues of Safuni, the very asset recovery resources. We'll come to that. What a billboard. What an asset recovery billboard. We go check in the budget, you're eating the money, and say you have billboards around. You will do the one. He hasn't done anything. The man leak all the money that the man passing around looking at serious people with all kinds. But anyway, this is the rescue government. At least you get the fact. Right? And you will know that even the Finabono Tema Duncan Sawyer, look at Tema Duncan Sawyer and Minister Kemeya. Says in Tema Duncan Sawyer capacity as the Deputy Minister for Administration and all that, released an instruction for the rest that came to be moved from one point to the other. And according to Clark Martin, when that movement happened, certain quantity of rest got missing, so he think it's justified to take Tema Duncan and put her behind bars. Look at the main reason. The woman wrote in her capacity, instructing that these rests are moved from, for example, maybe from GSA warehouse to disaster management warehouse. And according to asset recovery people, along the line, when that movement happened, certain quantum of rights got missing, so Tema should go to jail. Is this how you run a country? I mean, ask how the people who brag here that they are very educated, how they running the country like this? That even right now as we're speaking, Keke Riders and all that, all thinking, oh, so all the book, these are people who stole the country money to go learn book. They came back, they swear that behind a book that what you see them leading the country like this. Because you took be better medication money, your student, you go do scholarship in international schools, BB school in the world, and you know, they sick people, hospital money, all the old man and papa that die in the hospital because there were no light, there were no equipment, because you stole those medical money to go to school. You come by that what your school you went to not benefiting. You look at your running government, the whole government looking chakla with all your education. Look at their profile, just read their profile. You hear the name of the school that they went to, and you see their mates in other country, their mate in Nigeria. Nigerians that went to those kind of schools, they think they're doing in their country, in Ghana and other places. Then you come to Liberia, you see our own, right? Because that swear beyond them, that swear in their own. The old man, the people that want to give breath, they die giving breath because 12 years ago, United Party was here, they stole Be Better money.
So for those of you following on camera, I just pinned the Ministry of Justice letter or respond to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs after the ministry requested to have an understanding of how to proceed legally with the payment to the MDMC. You see clearly on the screen, this is it. And this communication was was received at the Ministry of or delivered 4:30 p.m. So you can see on the screen. This is it. December 24, 2024. Excellency Sarah Beslo Yanti, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ministry of Foreign Affairs. We
won't read that whole thing again because it's already summarized into something, right? So the point I'm making, driving home, is that to see the so-called educated and sophisticated people running the country in these kind of ways and manner, unstructured, disorganized, right? It's kind of mind-boggling, and you be like, what is going on? And the only conclusion we can make, right, is that these people education have got some degree of swear behind it. Because with all your Ivy League degrees and stuff, you came here, you put yourself together, and every day that's stealing laws, every day you're flouting the laws, every day you're doing all kinds of things, right? Look at what Benedict Koluba just released this morning about Augustine P. Gafwan usurping the function of the legislature, right? Augustine P. Gafwan, a knowledgeable man that he should be, and passing around lying yesterday, talking about last year there was no budget shortfall. Were we not here when the LRA reported, right, about 20 plus million budget shortfall in the first quarter? So what was that? Was that not a budget shortfall in revenue generation? So who is this man? A loose-talking, palaver-hot intellectual. That's what Gafwan is. But unfortunately, these are the people that get the praises in Liberia. And these are the people that we hail and make them to look, right? These are buffons. Forget about what kind of school he went to. Look at how they feel in the country. This man failed on the economy. He has done nothing. The man lie about everything. The man said civil servants were not going to make less than 150. Look at the reality. The very man said by the 25th of the month, civil servants will take pay, right? People can go 40 days, 50 days before they receive their pay. Is he not a liar, a deliberate, dishonest, disgraceful, irresponsible liar? That's who he is. That's the swear, because mind you remember the Japanese money situation with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Those are money that's supposed to go into healthcare, delivery, malnutrition, and all these things. So when few group of people steal from the country and deny the rest of the country the basic social services that they should benefit from, This is what you get. Listen to the other thing they're doing. You know, we'll go into the budget, right? They talk about this $200 million from Asilometer that they're trying to pass around with. There's some education we'll bring to that. I want to ask some fundamental question to the government of Liberia and the Ministry of Finance folks. This $200 million that you're talking about, is it a signature bonus or is a royalty payment, advanced royalty payment? We got to understand. Because before now, Asilometer has offered in the negotiation with the government of Liberia some 500 million. 200 million was going to be for advance royalty payment, and then another 200 million are going to be 250 million are going to be loan. So, but the government of Liberia is hiding this thing. They don't want to tell you. The reason you see they are hurrying and rushing with the Asilometer thing, they won't take credit from the people. What kind of government is this? You sign a contract, then you go credit from the man. Then you go credit, you won't go credit, you're hiding out on you won't say it, but it's inside. It's inside the deal. They are going to credit 250 million from the people. Because here's what that's not making sense. If the government says the 200 million that they're talking about today is a signature bonus, it does not make sense. You know what's a signature bonus? Right? Under these kind of concessional arrangement, that free money, here to just say thank you, right? For accepting our concession. And then you are talking about 200 million for that. Does that make sense? So the government is not saying something. The people are lying. They're hiding the facts. They're hiding the truth. And that's what we have to push them to say. The 200 million is not a signature bonus. The government is lying. They got to tell us what is the 200 million actually. Or they must publish the deal. When they publish the deal, you will see it clearly. So they are selling the country before. So this is absolutely barbaric. Remember now, during the HPS conversation, and the reason that 500 million subsided, I'm told, is because when the government introduced and started having conversation with HPX, so the Asilometer post slowed down. But let me take you back a little bit to the CDC Pure and Samuel Toure. Samuel Toure was beaten on here, according to them, because the government had not signed officially the deal with HPX and they received upfront payment. So now, why is this government receiving upfront payment from Asilometer when the MDA has not been rectified? What is that? So what do you say one thing before and then you come back and do it today? You condemn something yesterday, but you come today and you're doing the same thing and even more, right? What is that? What logic defines that? But this is how they're running the country, and they don't want anybody talking about it. These are criminals, and sometimes when you call them criminal, people get angry. But I'm convinced that they're criminal. The facts are there. How you come and put the country under the impression that Asilometer, an investment size of 1 something billion, right? Then you tell me the signature bonus. They'll tell you thank you for awarding a 1.5 billion or 1.6 billion contract,
and that money,
then they give you 200 million.
That money
it doesn't make sense.
That money is paid upfront.
And during the CDC's time, you know what was the signature bonus? It was in the tune of 5 to 6 million. That was the signature bonus, right? This advanced royalty something was on the book. The CDC rejected it. They have gone to grab it, but they believe that they can use propaganda, and the Liberian people not sophisticated enough. They will fall for it. So they can signature bonus 200 million. And I see journalists then flying you. They're not asking the question. Everybody just going, 200 million signature. Not small thing. So if Asilometer is paying 200 million just to say thank you to the government of Liberia for accepting the proposal, so you can imagine.
Now they see Asilometer that is unwilling to step up the benefit for Liberia.
No. So this is equal to, in a layman term, eating your recess before it's recess time. So they want to grab the royalty payment up to 200 million ahead because they needed to function and run the government. And this when we enter the budget by the feedback.
Let me see this to you. About during the course of the campaign, there were too many persons that the Joseph Boakai administration engaged. And one of them, let me get name some of them. They engaged Ibrahim Mahama. You know Ibrahim Mahama, I think the brother to John Mahama, the now president of Ghana. Ibrahim committed something to them for their campaign. They also engaged Flor, through how they call him, the late Senator Johnson. They engaged Flor Toma to credit, but Flor requested for something upfront. So they used Senator Johnson, now deceased. They used him to go to Meta and credit from Meta with the promise that when they win the election, they are going to extend Meta's contract. Since the election, they've been making efforts, and then now it came up with this MDA because that was a promise to them. So that's why you see, I told somebody, I said, what a Liberians cry blood. What do you think we gave Meta the guts, Arsenal Meta the guts? What we read yesterday, Abu? What do you think we gave that people the guts to put all of those things in their contract when they know that these people are not bare boys to them? Because any sound government that is people-centered will not condone what Arsenal Meta. They will not even want to review what Arsenal Meta wrote. They would tell them, say, carry back. Like it was in the case of the CDC when Arsenal Meta went, they did their MDA first, they brought it, and then as part of that MDA, they did not include the housing unit for workers. And the CDC government told them, say, you carry this back. You make sure that before you bring this thing back here, you must be done with the construction of at least 500 housing units for Liberians worker or for workers working for Arsenal Meta. That's how that MDA went back. But today, Meta still is dictating to our government what they should do or what they should not do. Only because the government is dancing to the jump beat of Arsenal Meta.
The government has simply sold out. They've sold the country already.
Everything you have to pay the people back. You have to pay them. And the government want money, the minute to greedy back. Who don't want money? Like what they tell you, say that signature bonus, that's a myth.
Not true. So when you finish eating your 250 million and then when Asilo sit down and get a contract, there's nothing coming. You say, oh, there's a subsequent government come, they get faced with this. Look, trouble is going to fall down here when these gangsters shall have left office. They're going to leave this place ruined. They're going to leave this place in tatters. That's exactly what they're going to do. And this is requiring collective condemnation. And Liberians have to raise their voice even louder, right? Because you know what? You have a president who sleeps a lot. So you have to make enough noise for this man to get awake, right? The old man is sleeping his brain out when the folks are mortgaging Liberia in very disturbing manner. Look at all of the contract. Look at all of the arrangement that they're committing the country to. They will collect their kickbacks and they will go sit down somewhere after the 6 years. They will all run away from this country. They will run away from this country and we'll all be left here to suffer the burnt and pinch because our country has already been committed.
Those guys can have the mind to collect royalty for the next 30 years from Arsenal Meta. They can collect royalty that Liberia is supposed to benefit from now to until Arsenal Meta contract expires. This government got a mind to collect that money and use it. And when a future government comes, no matter how you struggle, and they are concerned, already out. They are done. The country is already in the mess.
So imagine you're doing that, right? And all of that is not even satisfying you. Then active Liberian companies and individuals that are striving to make a mark in their own country, they've refused to leave this country to go anywhere. They stay here, right? And you design dubious arrangement to malign their reputation and embarrass them in such a very, very disturbing way.
So beginning,
let's go to
beginning Friday or maybe anytime this week. We'll start to bring on Liberians from those communities directly affected by ArcelorMittal's operation. We start to bring them in studio so they sit here, they explain what they are being faced with, and look at ArcelorMittal contract, what ArcelorMittal is proposing to the government. Let us tell you how they feel about that.
Okay, so let's leave all of what we're saying and go and see what is happening as we speak. Let's go to Representative Yeke Koluba's videos in Bapulu. Right? You have a company that goes in, a government that goes irresponsibly selling the country. No, I won't run these two things and then we transition to the last conversation. So that all MDMC thing and Yeke thing will run it together and then we move to something. So this is Representative Yeke Koluba in Bapulu County. This is the reality. And it is so shameful and embarrassing. I saw the Ministry of Public Works say he's going to sit down on radio. That radio they can use to lie to the Liberians, but mesmerize them. Here's the reality. They are shame and disgrace. You're watching. See this. This is your country.
Taking money and building his room. Oh, people in small, show them come out to the car.
So you can dislike Yeke, you can hate me as much, but you can commend his bravery to take on issues that are about the welfare of the ordinary Liberian people. He's not only up Capitol Hill venting his anger and all of that. He is frustrated because he is close to seeing what is happening to the country. So he says,
when are you going to use the power you
to
get?
convince some of you who just sit in the comfort of your offices and homes and say, oh, I don't like Yeke, I don't like Yeke, right? He goes down in the communities to show you all, right, the reality of what the poor decision at the house is of how these are affecting the reality and life of the people in this area. But when you go to the theater, you will see and hear people like Boto Cannon and putting on defense for the government. This is her backyard, and she's in bed with the regime, right? Somebody say, "Oh, Amakone," but you know, Amakone is not as in bed with the regime as Boto is. Boto then are the movers and shakers. Boto has about 2 or 3 of her siblings well situated in the government. The Kane family are milking the system. They're milking. Look at Bapulu.
But because we're taking the movement to the people,
their fatherland, their motherland. Look at Bapulu. That's what Yeke has gone to show. Yeke is making hero of himself in the eyes of the people. Oh yes, right? He has refused to be one of those lawmakers who will just sit and enjoy the comfort in Monrovia and make the noise up Capitol Hill. He has decided to go down and identify it and show you and make you to understand the basis of his anger. This is it. So you want us to come here and be clapping for the government and take some money, right? And be telling you that, oh, the president is doing well, the president is trying. Where is the president trying? Look at who.
The road between Belfast to Beleyala.
So imagine if this president had not promised that in 100 days you are going to face the road. After promising that in 100 days that no car will get hit, look at the condition of the road. It's almost 2 years. Ministry of Public Works has received millions.
They preaching from there.
You're watching for those of you out of the country. This is your livelihood. This is
So, folks, this is the road leading from Bella Fassaman to Bella Yala. Very, very deplorable.
But in
as you can see, the road is
this is how 12 years
the road has been cut off.
CDC came.
Road leading from Bella Fassaman to Bella Yala.
Yeah, they face the one
as we continue to struggle.
2 years now.
But yet, the Unity Party continue to
show us where
be so boastful on the issue of road activities, while the people still.
This is the region the president goes to almost every weekend. This is the region the president goes to almost every weekend. He cares only about his family. See that road, people let me go pound that road, and that the only means because car not going there, motorcycle not going there.
There's no other road to pass through. So
maybe the country just made law in that area that nobody more pregnant women they feel it because the road back because we try it to claim.
So as you can see, folks, this is it. Citizens continue to struggle on the issue of roads.
But when you go to Mika, you
citizens continue to struggle.
Acting like you fair. Because you're facing the country. What play you're facing the country? You're camping few public building in Moira, and then you say you're facing.
And they got a lot of machines here working. So where the pass will come with the machine?
The illegal money. All that thing, the illegal manners can still make the pass. All the people who deny the people free movement and then send illegal Chinese minor to go and rape the people resources. What kind of government is this? We will never put to the whim of these state looters. We will never do that.
Two junction.
We'll eat
that road, you're going to Adult Village.
This government, us, we and the government, we inside.
No,
all the Nala, what Baga is be passing around telling you would deliver. When you deliver, we inside.
So,
you can get all your views.
Folks, this is it. This is where you have it here. Very, very deplorable road condition here. Yes, still people continue to say that the issue of rule on the Unity Party government has been addressed. Boakai promised us 100-day deliverables that no car will be stuck in the mud. But now car has not been stuck in the mud, but the entire road have been cut off. Where you see we have been stagnated here, and it's so difficult even for us to pass. I will just show you some of these views of the road from Bella Fassaman to Bella Yala. It's very, very much bad.
So you've seen it, put it on.
Citizens themselves continuing to cry as you've been watching.
Move. So the numbers are there. We announced the number. Take a break with Crime Stopper. As soon as we come, we begin taking the call. So just get the number 0776 104 104 086 500 104 plus 231 86 500 104 are the numbers to call. This is your country. Your government is leaving all of this. They're going after people that are trying to help, that are contributing. The very bourgeois island road that we're talking about, the men are building it. You go in and there, you go hold them. You will get killed on
arrest people say they will cancel all the contracts. They will cancel all the contracts.
All the road contracts. So you can imagine when John Uboti or MDMC,
and I'm sure it's the MDMC that is supposed to connect the road from Johnsonville Turning Point to the Mount Coffee.
Yeah, they are. They are, right? And they are basically pre-financing these contracts. So when they make the hey man, I don't even know. But let's take Crime Stopper will come back and take calls. Musa won't be a breach. He said, remember, I'm bad.
It's about music. There are crimes in many places. In every community, you know, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hands for the real authority. That it can't take care of it. Crime Stopper here for us. Bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor. If you see a you must talk it. And I mean you cheche. Do it for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Cyan.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before.
No boyfriend, no worries. Do you want the professionals to fix your car, or do you need an original spare parts for your vehicle? Well, worry no more. Macabre Garage and Spare Parts on the bypass opposite Orange Head Office is that place. At Macabre, we provide the following services: mechanical, technical work, computer diagnosis and scanning, key duplication and programming, air conditioning, alarm system, and body wagon spray. We also sell genuine and generic spare parts for Range Rover, Mercedes-Benz, Suzuki, Chevrolet Tahoe, Nissan and Mazda, and most American cars. The good news is that Macabre has its head garage in the Bronx, New York, the USA, where we have a huge stockpile of Ford synthetic mobile oil that is very good for your vehicles. Some of these oil, when used, can service your vehicle by itself for up to 4 to 6 months. We have gas treatment and fuel injector cleaner, original from the USA. We can get you any spare part for your car in Liberia from America in 4 working days, even if we are not the one working on your car. We also order spare parts for other garages in Liberia. We have a tow truck service. Get in touch with us. Just call 0778-324-567, 0778-320-366, or 0778-324-566. Macabre Garage and Spare Parts, Liberia's #1.
Okay, thanks a lot, folks. So you can begin to put in your calls on 0776-104-104-086-500-104. What is the asset recovery and the MDMC conversation you want to chip in on, or of course the Yeke Koluba rule revelations that you want to talk to? Let's hear you this morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Abu Ega. This is my Ellie. And the fact that is not on the station. Well, something that I really troubling me this morning, and I said already.
Go ahead.
It's about that Arsenal meter D that the president was brave enough to go and sound. After this is troubling. This will bring total poverty on our children, unborn children. This country is going down. If I say I'm already going down. The president said that the more the president took over this nation, nothing good is happening. Everything I didn't know put here is baroque. And he's not even thinking. This man is already gone. This man is dead. He's walking dead.
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning. You have to move away from your monitor. Good morning. Let's hear you. Go ahead.
Good morning, Ega. Good morning, Abu. How are you doing this morning?
We're fine. Let's hear you.
Yeah, my name is James Bade, and I'm the chairman of the Veterans Assembly District 16 in Kudown to be specific. My concern this morning has to do with the theme of the so-called asset recovery.
Okay.
So are you telling me that, the president is in favor of terrorizing the peaceful citizens of this country? Where you ever seen that the asset recovery office is, intend recovering the country asset? correct? Is it correct? Is it a right thing to do? Or is it kind of terrorism? It is not good. They better come to their senses and desist from that and go according to the rule of law. Number two, concerning ArcelorMittal. ArcelorMittal deal, we know that, for the onset, it is not correct and not in the interest of the Liberian people. When it was alleged that even if ArcelorMittal, does wrong, you want to take them to tax, you should go to Great Britain, go to the UK. Okay, you can't take them to tax.
Oh, yeah. For 30 years, back after New Year.
This is what it is. Then number two, Metal say have been given the right, even if they are mining iron ore, they sign an agreement to mine iron ore. But if they come across any natural resources that go and diamond, they shouldn't give it to the government.
All right, thank you very much. Good morning. Good morning. You got to move away from your monitor.
I'm ready to what happened to the Baka code. Every day I pray, listen to reason about it for the woman. We eat your parent in the hill. Baka, we don't want to detail every news that comes from your woman is bad. What was your good news? Listen to the educated people. The educated person after so what was your good news about your woman? Every day I do listen to radio about you. We eat your parent in the hill.
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning. Liberians are having their say. Let's hear you.
Good morning.
Morning.
This is Ibrahim Johnson calling from Philippines. So let us start saying what wrong with Baka calling. You, Baka Sanity, has it been registered by us?
No, but we are not talking about. We're having conversations about what the action that has been taken. That's what Liberians are reacting to.
Okay, so we need to put ourselves together and go to our representatives and senators. Why will Baka sign that kind of a deal? 30 years, what we got in it? Please, what you can do, I'm going to please do for us. So if you can please publish this thing, please let's publish it in a newspaper so that we can read it. And then we can put ourselves together and vote for the cause. Because we finish. And not us now, but our children and children, unborn children finish.
Grandchildren, y'all, I tell you,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So that's it.
You can't do nothing to the entire matter. You gotta go to.
No protesting again. No, say, that's red. That's no. Oh, you gotta go put that so give Liberian people job. No, I see. Say they will decide who they give their job to. You can't say nothing about it anymore. The president look at it and say, yeah, he signed it.
The Liberian lawyers that put that document together along with Meta. Who are the Liberian lawyers?
Before you look for a Liberian lawyer, the president what he led, you can't go ask for the president he led. A Liberian lawyer, they both doing their work. No, my man, let put the blame where it's supposed to be. Good morning.
Yeah, good
morning. Let's hear you. You're live on the radio. Morning.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Man Coffee Township. Let's hear you.
Yeah, the road process.
Okay. Mm-hmm. To this side, that's where you're living, right?
Yeah, no good roads.
That is Monserrato. Before you even go into Gbapolo, you want to talk about Monserrato Fair.
Mm-hmm. But very much will not have no good road. So Mekere and Motoba Happy was here.
Yeah, Mekere. Okay, thanks a lot. So the government is not solving rules problem. They're lying, they're misrepresenting the facts. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Yeah, how are you? This is Junior Bakula calling from Bapolu County.
Go ahead from Bapolu County. Do you agree with what Representative Yoko Koluba has been displaying of recent? Is that the actual condition of your rules?
Yoko Koluba is wasting his time. Let me just tell you guys.
Okay.
Yoko Koluba is wasting his time. What has people been doing? What about the other side that the president has worked, you can't go there unless you go to the bush area where right now there is no way to go there. You think only one time and then will go and
okay. So the human being, wait. The human being that are living to the side he went, they're not human being.
They are all human beings, but
they're not like going, hey, listen, hey, you know you elder. Listen, you elder, so I want to respect you small, right? You elder. So let's take it easy. Yeah. So I want to know first, the people that living to the side he went, they're not Liberian.
They are all Liberian.
So you think their plight don't deserve to be elevated?
We who live in here, we are not ready advocating for this and that. We know what the president is doing for the country.
So what? Wait. So the player, in that part, and are you paying for a few years? You can't say, "Wait, let me tell you something." Let me take the other person. Good morning.
With me, what are men they're talking? In the horse there, people like when former depend on the horse, or else depend on the horse on a bugger. What? You know, power, that kind of he blind and look at it for money business. Yes, so wicked. He went and saw it. Then they can't talk. The horse went on a Baka control. They're wicked now. What if people on you? They're Baka and people. God will pay them.
I tell you, all that thing. What kind of man? They play you say the president working for the country, but they play you can't show nothing that the president doing. They say no, my leader will go to. So what plan go now? So you don't deserve something. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Abu. My name is Selvin Regis. I'm calling from MTA community.
Go ahead.
Now, I have a contribution to make, and I just want to use some kind of case scenario. I did a project for a group called some Burkinabes. They wanted to lease my family, but then I'm talking in respect to the agreement that the government of Liberia signing with Accelerator.
Yeah. So that in Grange there?
Yeah, in Grange there. But then the guys, when they wanted to
so that all of you started bringing the Burkinabe.
When I reviewed the document, so I said, no, I don't want to agree to that. How I give you a farmland for 25 years. When I have children that's supposed to come after me, maybe after me will have all the people that will come. I didn't do that. I mean, maybe 10 years could be enough. Now the government enter into an agreement with us considering the following, government that will come in power. How will they continue? You're doing everything to eat all of the future of Liberian and not thinking about what Liberian going to benefit. Look at the national budget that these people then even prepare. The budget that they prepare is not in the interest, 1.2 billion dollars, not even in the interest of the Liberian people, even in their interest. You're paying senators represented their hard money and the president office increasing the store. What do you have there for those people who are learning in our country? What other extra development? Look at the road that you get displaying in Bapulu County. When I was traveling to all of the red number where is even starting that she wants to return to Monrovia, but because no car can reach to where she is. Yeah, so this thing is what people must be fooling people.
They think
is doing things. They think everybody in our community and bring it down.
Yeah, they think ahead. So, but let's go to Amen Upton Pew, and then we'll take one more call locally, then we go to something else. Upton, good morning.
Good morning, Abu. Good morning, Cesar.
Morning, Upton.
Yo, look, I want to call with one of the corner, right? It's just simple. One guy is an old man that lives, the dress I left in the t-shirt. So he will fall for anything. But I don't care about Liberia. Or the person or the institution that suffer the whole casualty here is asking me that himself. So for me, I want the Liberian people, especially the youth, right, to take it very serious. That they can engage the horse and make the horse understand that if one or two things are not done, right? Like in respect to Senator Yantuan, right? If one or two things are not done, they should sign the contract. And if they dare defy the Liberian people, they sign the contract. They ask them that feed the contract person. And that's about the operation. Simple.
No, but that would not be that would not be responsible. You gotta deal with your government. Why you can't deal with your government? You gotta go and you gotta represent. No. I'm not sure I want to support that. I'm not sure I want to support that one. That's why you have. That's why you have your best brain. That's why you have your best brain to evaluate the deal and make sure that the country interest is served.
Our best brain in our interest. As long as know that we're directly our interest, and the grand do things to serve our own airport, there's so much for the political as well. It happened in the Delta region when BP.
Okay, all right, thank you. No, that one another good example. Thank you very much. We won't go on that side. I mean, let's mount the necessary pressure and ensure that the government can do it better. Good morning. Morning. You're the last caller.
Yeah, my name is Carmen Kevlon calling from Matali. I just want to say a big thanks to Honorable Yete Kulva. You see the fellow who just called, according to him, he said you call for
leave the man on.
Yes, but the fact of the matter is that I want to tell you now, the United Yankee Baptist people did not say some part of Liberia. He said in 100 days. So maybe he did not hear the speech for his tenor bearer. He said 900 days there will be no car getting stuck. He did not say part of Liberia. So let me make that clear to him. I guess he's listening. Okay, so let me just address that.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. She came to make flowers. She said she won't tell her own that the man who she won't tell about. Good morning.
How are you doing,
Yeah, we are good. So who tell you say that singing Bene will call ever?
Yeah, while talking against our city to make it juicy. The process we are free go. Therefore, they say, that blah. So that's the salary today. So when I get in a place, when I only one papa more, the price, this is where you get 2.2 billion. Yes, uniform capua in this country.
No, wait. That what kind of war you use down there? Like Grebo or that coup?
That's speaking bro. Uniform capua. You know what I want me?
No, why me? I hold on. I'm batting me.
That the one was that party.
Okay, yeah, forget it. All right, forget it. All right, thank you. That only global. No, what you say? Thank you very much. So let's hold it there. And folks, all the things we are talking for the guy that called from Bapolu, right? The country own the problem. The man say he agree. The man do nothing for them. They buy, they understand, but do it on the other side. Even though it's not even on the other side, right? But now let's see what the president is doing for himself. What latest revelation has come. So yesterday we promised we were going to talk about the FOIA project and what we gathered or from other sources. And of course, this is thanks to Lina Dudu of the Liberian Investigator. So it's up there, right? We're getting report that there are Turkish behind the secret presidential villa in FOIA. And the details is troubling, right? The details are very troubling. There's a Turkish business interest with emerging stakes in Liberia's mining sector. It's Turkish business interest with emerging stake in Liberia mining sector. So whatever Turkish business group or group of associations that are linked with the secret villa in Lofa, they have got their eyes on the mining sector of our country. So many report has indicated that Liberia has a very strong potential in the mining sector. So, but unfortunately, this government has been dealing our mining sector so clandestinely. And of course, if you see the number of Chinese that are in this country today, they are not here because they love the toboggi or they love the cassava leaf. No, that's not what they're here. Forget about Lola that can be doing that. You want to get him at it, you want to get him at it. I think Lola is doing other things. Lola is doing other things. I know, yeah, we respect the tourism aspect of it, but Lola got attracted to Liberia not because he wanted to come be singing SRO music, right? There are other things now. So they have expressed or they have demonstrated emerging stake in Liberia's mining sector and are quietly bankrolling the construction of President Joseph Boakar's US $10 million villa in Foya, a month-long Liberian investigation probe has found. So these business people from Turkey, right? What you need to take home from this is that they are secretly building the $10 million project in Foya, the retirement home for Boakar in Foya. And they are business people. And they have strong interest in the mining sector. And when you talk about mining, you're talking about Foya, you're talking about around there, then a Wologisi coming inside small, right? So this is about Wologisi.
You remember the last time when Tomafala asked the president whether we take Foya, let's say the Wologisi Mountain to develop Foya, the president must sell it?
Yeah. When you're dedicating that small motel, then what he built near the border there.
The president have listened to his son.
So he got just started right? Let's get the details.
Lofa County. A month-long investigation by the investigator has uncovered credible indications that a Turkish firm with business interest in Liberia's mining sector is financing the construction of the alleged US $10 million presidential villas, currently raising in President Joseph Boakar's hometown of Foya. The project, which has been the subject of intense, so this writing is very, very small, so you will have to bear with me, of a subject of intense national debate, is being built under a veil of secrecy without public procurement records, budgetary disclosure, or any acknowledgement from the government of whom is funding it and under what terms. The fundings marked the first substantive link between the villa and foreign financier. Until now, the government has provided shifting and inconsistent statements regarding the project's ownership and funding, ranging from claims of sub-regional sponsorship to suggestion that it is a private initiative. None of those explanations has withstood scrutiny. The Mano River Union was named as a funding source by Daniel Sano, Deputy Minister for Public Affairs at the Ministry of Information, Culture, and Tourism of MICAT, has entirely disallowed or disavowed involvement. No legislative appropriation exists, and the Public Procurement and Concession Commission, or the PPCC, confirms that no contract of this nature was submitted for review. Yet, construction continued rapidly, expensively, and under unusual tight security. Residents, workers, community leaders, and project insiders interviewed during the Liberian investigators on the ground reporting in Foya described a project overwhelmingly dominated by Turkish nationals.
Mm-hmm.
They oversee the architectural, engineering, materials, logistics, and site security.
Just hold on 1 minute. So what did the investigation uncovered? That the underground reporting there in Foya right, described a project overwhelmingly dominated by Turkish national. Remember, the president, when he used the private jet to Lufa the other time, it was the Turkish B Mountain or BM Mountain or whatever that gave him the private jet to go Lufa. So while the owner in that private jet, who knows? Probably they were discussing Wulogisi. It's okay in order for us to do Wulogisi, Foya that are on our country there. We the Kisi people that Foya that Kisi do that Kwendu. So I won't be the president of the Foya people, the Kisidu, Kwendu, and Foya. So I'll get a bigger mansion in that region. So it was over that one an issue. So people on the construction scene are dominated. They're even more Turkish than Liberian citizens there. How Turkish people just jump and enter our foreign and start paying $10 million mansion over there. Our executive mansion, the minister of state currently say, I know nothing about it. My hand inside. Just want you to go play high in somewhere. They still then you can't ask who did it and say, me, my hand inside. But as me, man, I know that boy. Go ahead, Higa.
Okay.
You're right to where they oversee the architecture, engineering, materials, logistics,
and building materials. According to multiple eyewitnesses' accounts, arrived from Turkey in night convoys.
No,
you've
jumped.
I jumped somewhere.
Right.
Okay, they oversee the architectural, engineering, materials, logistics, and site security, building materials. According to multiple, I think it's an error from the.
Yeah, so that era there's a little tempo, right? So building materials can arrive on the site overnight, and I think we've said this here before. I told you that they transport these things overnight, right? With huge EPS security guards. The first time we ever spoke about this was what we said right on this radio. That overnight the container will line up. There will be EPS in front, EPS behind, EPS on the side, and they will move straight to Foya. They will carry them when they reach. They will park, and then they will enter in the forest. And the Turkish people, they will go there. They will carry the thing. Go ahead, figure.
The secrecy has deepened public suspicion, and our reporting now confirm that the Turkish builders involved are linked to companies with strong commercial interest in Liberia's untapped mineral deposits. A project launched in silence. That's the headline for this. So construction of the presidential villas began weeks after President Boakai's inauguration. Those supporters of the president in Foya praised it as long overdue recognition for a region they say has been historically marginalized. The manner and speed of the project's execution have raised questions nationwide. Under Liberian law, any public project valued at or above US $200,000 must undergo open bidding and public disclosure in accordance with the PPCC Act.
Okay, so the law say any public project, the money has to come from the budget or it has to come through means that belong to the Liberian people. So when the company come in and they're paying, right, these things should go through open bidding and there must be public disclosure. You can't hide it. Once it's above 200,000, that's what the law says. But in the case of the Foya project, absolutely not. Akuku Jumuku. Go ahead.
Okay, okay.
There is no new record that this procedure was followed.
This procedure was followed. No bidding notice was published. No ministry has claimed budget responsibility. No donor nation has taken credit. No grant agreement has been announced. No loan has been ratified. The Ministry of Finance and Development Planning has provided no accounting reference to justify such spending. The lack of transparency stands in stark contrast to the president's cultivated reputation as a champion of accountability, one that has long been referred to by political supporters as Honesty Joe. Inside accounts. Inside accounts.
Honest man.
No, to understand the nature of the project and its management, the Liberian investigator traveled to Foya, far from the political messaging wars in Monrovia. There's information. Their information flow more freely. Residents, though cautious, were aware of the project's significance and secrecy. Many confirmed patterns match the emerging financing narrative. Politics aside, we all want the truth, said a senior local government official in Foya who spoke only on condition of anonymity. The president is known to be an honest man, but those advising him in this matter did not offer him good advice.
And this is the one that can really piss me off. You look at a grandpa and say he lacks the capacity to make decisions for himself. He lacks the capacity to take ownership of his honesty, and that his honesty is subjected to the whims of his grandchildren or his children's peer, right? And then you come, you say, but yet he's an honest man. But the problem with his honesty is that the people who are advising him. So who, approved these advisors? An honest man is supposed to surrender himself with honest advisors, right? But a crooked man will surround himself with crooked advisors so that when they make crooked decision, then you say, oh, me an honest man, but I'm an advisor. No, that's not true. Everything that happens is the president knows about this. Nobody advised him. This was the president's switch. The president, everything about the project in Foya is the president. I challenge anybody, and this is the fact. So we're not going to sit down here and somebody be scapegoating and mesmerizing and saying, oh, what is honesty? So what kind of vague honesty this president carry that nobody sees? And his surrounding, everything is covered with shady and, of course, clandestine arrangements. This is the very honest man that sat in a ministerial meeting and announced that a good friend of his was bringing 285 pieces of yellow machine to this country. It backfired. He lied. It backfired. Not knowing they were making payments and all of that. But he said the men were bringing a free gentleman agreement. What did it turn out to be? A mirage. But yet somebody sitting somewhere believe that this man is an honest old man. So what is the definition of Boaka's honesty? Right? Different from other people. Right? So what is the definition of other people? What is the definition of honesty in this regard to what we all know honesty to be? Right? So you can't do that. You can't window dress it. Honesty has one meaning, and it has to be demonstrated. You can't say when the thing go wrong, you say, oh, the Papa honest, but that the people that work can advise him. But who hired the people to be advising him? According to so since I want to continue, okay. So the land is 7-acre tract near Bandilo on the Foya Medencoma Highway was secured under the direction of former Representative and now Minister of Internal Affairs Francis Sakila Numale. Residents who own properties on the land were compensated, in some cases at rate higher than typical rural land transactions, suggesting the presence of a well-resourced financier. The same official confirmed that Turkish nationals have overseen the project since shortly after the foundation was laid in March 2024, right? January, February, March. Before the president could start anything, he started a 4-year project. January, February, March, right? After the movement of the fainting, January 22, February 22, March. It didn't even go good 3 months. The project commenced. While Liberians were languaging, confused, looking everywhere for the hope of a rescue agenda, right? That was not going to come here and flout in extravagance and the attainment of material possession and all of that. The Turkish people are the one building everything. They're so sad. The roofing, the fittings, the finishing materials, the furniture, all from Turkey. They come at night. Nobody outside the project is allowed in. Security is strict. The money is not small. It's so sad. A second source, a civilian with relatives working inside alongside the construction team, went further. The president had a friend from Turkey who is paying for this. They have business interests in the mining industry here. That is why the thing is secret, because they won't do mining there. So that's why it's secret. So they build the place secretly. So who knows why they are building? Maybe they have already started clandestine mining on the Wologisi Mountains. People need to go check. But again, they have deployed all kind of Sakila Numale rebel, that Reklo rebel Sakila Numale are having. They put them in a booth. Right? The Liberian investigator could not independently verify the identity of the alleged financier. However, patterns in the project supervision, procurement trail, and site control strongly suggest the presence of a foreign commercial entity rather than a philanthropic donor or state-backed grant. Overlapping political and commercial interests. If Turkish interests are contributing to the villa's funding, it aligns with a broader regional trend. Foreign companies securing strategic influence through personal relationships at the executive level. No doubt. The origin of the story about the controversial yellow machines yet to arrive in Liberia has its background from a personal relationship between President Boakai and a South African investor. The narrative shifted only when the public raised concern and demanded answers about the deal, which later ended bringing in Chinese business tycoon whose business sites were visited and evaluated by Vice President Jeremiah Kpankun. In Liberia, mining concessions have historically been awarded through negotiated agreements that involve significant political influence at the highest tiers of government. From iron ore in Nimba to gold in Cape Mount to timber concessions in other parts of Western Liberia, Turkish companies have shown rising interest in West African resources extraction. In Guinea, Mali, and Sierra Leone, Turkish-backed mining and construction firms have expanded aggressively in the last 5 years. The structure and scale of the villa, important. So when you see this thing looking at bungalow, it's more than that.
So Abu, that place, looking at the structure of that place, and drawing in the partnership between the government, clandestine partnership between the government and Turkey, or the guys from Turkey, it brings me to the understanding that is their company side that they are building. But the government don't want to be clear, and they are making it appear like a village. But it could become a company side that the guys would be residing to exploit the country's resources.
No, that may not necessarily be the case, because you can't go ahead to build company site for a company who has not even begun process of something.
The president is involved. So
basically what they're doing,
the possibility of fast tracking every agreement with those people, Abu, don't underscore that.
No, all evidence point to the fact that this is a retirement home that's been constructed and the manner in which it's being built. That's why you read the portion on the structure and scale of the villa. The presidential villa is not a single structure, but a full-scale residential compound. Photographic evidence and visual confirmation from multiple vantage points show no less than 9 separate sleeping quarters. 5 of those buildings contain 4 bedrooms each, while 4 contain 3 bedrooms each. A separate structure, large and more architecturally pronounced, is designed to host a conference hall reportedly capable of hosting between 200 to 500 people, an unusual capacity for a rural presidential lodge in a remote district. The compound also features a granite landing pad suitable for helicopters or short-range aircraft. The presidential inner cycle. The project is coordinated from the presidency through senior project manager Joe Morba, who serves as the central link between the office of the president and the Turkish construction team. Minister Francis Akila Numale reportedly provides local oversight and progress briefings to the president. Multiple residents stated that President Bouakar's son, Joseph Bouakar Jr., is frequently present at the site when in FOIA. While his involvement does not necessarily indicate impropriety, it underscores the project's personal significance to the president's family. There we can hold it. So this is what we are. So this latest revelation is linking, because if this was from the budget, if the money was coming from the budget, like Kula said, right? Do I have that Kula? I think I have that Kula video here.
Which one?
Where she said the project is a presidential project. There was a not MICAT, but rather an executive action briefing where Kula Fofana spoke at, and then she was asked, okay, it's right here. Right, so listen to Kula.
In all honesty, I've not really made key follow-up because, yes, we've heard it in different comments, but I will get back to you with the key information as to the current status of whether or not the source, whether this is sanctioned by the president, but just the general information that we've received so far. It's not something that is the president's personal property as it is speculated. Whatever that's been developed will be in the interest of the government, as a government will. So it can be this.
To speak like this, that means you have official documentation that indicate clearly to you that it is a government project. It's going to be for president, right? The report clearly state that there are no trace by any means, whether that grant, whether that donor funding, whether that budgetary support, whether that concessional grant or whatever, there is no trace. So on what basis? You see, Kula has to be careful on how she tells lie about these things, right? Look at that. How do you say that it is not for the president, but rather it's a government project? So what did you present to the press? What did you present to the public? That clearly says where do we go to find the truth in what you are saying, that it is a president project? How do we run a country in such a sinister, clandestine manner? And we expect to be taken seriously and responsibly, and everybody's supposed to shut up in this country and just allow you people do everything that you feel and run the country anyhow. But it affects everybody. It impacts everybody. Right? So the president is doing more to invest in his life and his family than he's doing for the Liberian people. But the good thing is, the saddest part about it is that he's using the Liberian people money. He's using the office of the president of the Republic of Liberia to attract these things to himself. 6 years ago, President Bouakar was seated in rehab. He had no friend. He had no friend. He had no business partner. He had to rely on GoFundMe. from pupu-toting Liberians in America who are doing that to survive. They had to take some of their pupu-toting money and send it to him through Sendwave to survive. This is how the man survived. How come, right? Over there, they may get all the valuable friends and they're coming around. They're coming because of the Liberian people presidency. So whatever he's attracting is the Liberian people money. And he must use these things and remain accountable to the Liberian people. And that's what we are demanding. That's what the law says. We are not just being unreasonably critical, but we are saying this is what the president of the country is supposed to do, and this is how he's supposed to do it. But you are saying no because he's an old man, so it should be so. And nobody should talk about it. He's an old man. And that is the logic that I have refused to fall for. Because it doesn't make sense. We see the man as the president of the country. We don't see him as the old man in the country. There are moments where we pay homage to the old people in the country. But we're talking about the presidency that's selling the future of this country. Before the 6-year end, the real story about that villa will come out. And we are. So we take calls, and then we call it a day.
0776 104 104 086 500 104 are the numbers. You can call us on here just this morning and be a part of the conversation right here. Time is fast spent. 0776 104 104 086 500 104 are the numbers. You can call us on here. Let's talk to you right here. Good morning. Go ahead. Go ahead.
This is the boss of PJSA, the former board chairman, joining from Somebody the Truth.
Go ahead.
Abu Hega, I want to say thank you this morning for your dedication to nation. But here's the thing, Abu Hega. I'm so, devastated this morning. I'm very broken. This old man has to be stopped. It's about time that well-meaning Nigerians come together and stop this old man. See that this old man is foreign, it is scaling. That is his actual age. He's scaling. But what is he leaving us with? He's leaving us with a kind of depleted and empty Nigeria. He's just depleted all over the place. This old man is not an honest old man. This old man has a history of dishonesty. This is the old man that took a very good and fair it was thought. There are a lot of bad things. The old man is so entrenched in criminality in his past. So some of us have come to the realization that maybe we should just offer ourselves to the nation as a foot failure, as a conduit, or as any kind of vehicle, however it's fit, or what I mean like they don't want to use us. Let it use us. If it is forced for our life to be taken away from this nation to be saved, let's not be. But this old man is creating chaos that will go beyond 2029 or that will make him live for the next 100 or 50 years. So we have to stop this old man. He has to be stopped. Anyhow, in any way possible, this has to stop. Thank you.
Okay, so the United Party government has put $8 million on the NSA budget. And remember that they have launched this campaign to build the UP headquarters across the country. So that's how you see they're making these sinister increment into the salary of secret service, institutions, because these places you not do report. So the UP budget, headquarters money, they now put it through the NSA. So what justify adding additional $8 million to the NSA budget? For what? And somebody will say, "Oh, yeah, the NSA, you don't." But I mean, what justify additional $8 million he got from 16 million in 2025 to 22 million,
and another 300,000+ added to the office of the speaker.
Yeah, no, that one there, that I meant the speaker in the line. So. What if they are that level?
Been added, so
yeah,
why is it being added?
It's being added.
Yeah.
So that
they took it up. The 2025 budget is 5 it's $1,505,553.
Yeah, that reduced figure. But the
now
slash
it's $1,848,000.
The slash they put in budget actually. But let's hear you. Good morning.
Because they are having issue with her.
Good morning, Abu.
Morning. Go ahead.
And let me say good morning to Higa. This is Washington Stove that calls from Gisdale. Abu, Higa said something that I want us to look at. So we don't know the actual owners that play. That's because we have not released because maybe they are sure the people that they will get a contract. The thing when you see they are playing in Cayman, they're looking like Cuba. Abu and I play when the building when will be resigning to be money na mountain. So the one you guys say I was looking at it.
Okay. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. If that's the case, I run for 1 second. Then you gotta do that. That EPS gotta go mine it. Hello, good morning. Go ahead.
Yeah, good morning, Abu Shari. Hey, guys,
morning.
Go ahead.
Yeah, my name is William. I'm calling from the government here. That video you're talking about in Korea, I'm a Korea Korea man. I'm a kissing in that track. You know what I'm saying? The very thing is doing that generally out of whole country doing it for that time if you know the rest of the whole that aspect before when and even people that only because of of the weather power they put it in move on that side of money again and around people that you know now.
No, they say they pay the people good money in the moon every day.
The money pay the people so go complaining. After another go complaining, I'm a kissing my name is Juma.
Yeah, the people, you know, old people now, they will not want to lead the ancestral era, but I mean, that government, so you got to move.
To be honest, you know, President Bada came to power on it was law. Everything about Bada is law. And no Bada, all things Bada, I used to wow, Muruba and Kigel, let's go for it. Wakaya, almost my general Muruba in our Plaza, but even come there, the medical don't come actually as a president, even stood on one day. Not even day after, even trying to even walk around the school and even look around my community. You know, let me be honest, you can't live in left on that.
All right, thank you. That's a voice from Foya. And so that's all it is. We'll keep taking calls right here. 22 minutes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Abu Yiga.
Morning, boss.
Okay. I'm thank you for the talking point this morning. According to Central. My brother, the problem here is we have an issue. Labro is drowning on a daily basis. We would not be surprised. The old man already he live on loan for the past 6 years. From loan now, that's a 12 years from loan, they make him on board. So you gotta pay a loan fee, right? So shouldn't be surprised. The old man will not tell you.
No, that loan benefit, forget it. All the people that are in the bank helping with the loan, the men are appoint all of them. The other men go at Central Bank, man. The other men go to Lipteco. The men out to LBDR, the men get where to Lipteco, the men out to RB Bank, the men going to Central Bank. So the men settle that loan already.
Okay, so for a settle, you gotta get balance for himself. So this one, he paying $10 million home for himself. Because the old man, he know that anytime he can go. And I'm just feeling sorry for the other followers, but still have age in their favor to work for themselves tomorrow. That will be, something people can recognize them. But they sow their own birth, right? Because of Boakai. Thank you, brother. Have a good day.
Thank you for your participation. Finally, you're the last caller. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. My name is Chester. I'm calling from Abadeka Watch. Yeah, this country, every one of us are very surprised to see this country that is. Now we are in this country, we are in for this country. We have so many companies in this area. And we were working. I want to welcome from Bamba Grace, the company called Reco. So I work for 2 years above. Now they are put us down with $5 they all the want to employ, but the company said there's no money to employ us, so they put everyone of us down and you offer $5.
But the government said they're having people 6th of December. Say everybody must come and tell them thank you. So even y'all all the putting you down from your where say all of y'all will come. Say you're happy.
Yeah, well, now we already know me, so Allah has nothing to do. No copy to put it because anything we put up on a company, nothing get it to all. Yeah.
So
you get copy to go there.
I will just quickly.
Yeah,
all right, my brother. Sorry about that, man, but it's sad. They're going making the rescue and they're not paying attention to people like you.
Yeah.
Rather, they're building mansion for themselves. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
So just quickly, there is this SOS call for LEC at the very car wash around the liquor factory where the guy just called from. The man Barkley, the local community car wash. There is a SOS call that there is information coming from there that one of the LEC poles there got broken. In fact, but it did not fall, but it's hanging over the house, and it's not the real high tension line, but the double phase line.
Yeah,
so the residents there said they've been making efforts to ensure that LEC can go there and ensure safety over there, but nothing has been done. So we hope that LEC can at least move in fast to be able to curtail whatever potential danger it may be to the life of citizens there. Around the local community car wash there, we are told that there is a pole that broken and is hanging. You have to please make some intervention just quickly.
Okay, so that's exactly what it is. And fellow Liberians, we have to go home because, time is fast spent and but this is it. Many thanks to all of you, those of you that call, for those of you that keep dropping your contribution to our Facebook and YouTube channels and other medium. We want to say thank you for being our backbone. Trust that we're going to be here tomorrow, and of course, we're going to be here. It promises to be very, very intriguing. So our friend came, but we'll take him tomorrow. Right, the lead organizer for this year's Broadcasters Liberal Broadcasters Award, right?
Okay.
So they have rolled out this program or this initiative to recognize the services and contributions of broadcasters, to be particular. So on tomorrow, we'll speak to them and hear some of the details of what it is and exactly how the program and the event is going to go like.
And please tell them to take Marilyn from Spoon FM. They go put Marilyn on Spoon FM.
Oh, okay. So I'm sure they're going to correct that. Yeah. So you also hear Freedom. I think there are a lot of
the Freedom Morning Ras is there.
Yeah, it's there. And so on tomorrow, Ricky Jipro, Elias, DJ Asaboy will be right here, and then we'll have conversation about these and others. Until we see you tomorrow, do have yourself a wonderful time from the nation's capital. Bye-bye.